Tublay is just merely 13 kilometers away from the city of Baguio. Comprises of 8 barangays, namely Barangay Ambassador, Barangay Ambungdolan, Barangay Baayan, Barangay Daklan, Barangay Basil, Barangay Tublay Central, Barangay 12, and Barangay Kapunga. Or most of the residents depends on farming as the source of livelihood. Tublay is also gifted with some tourist spots. Namely, we have the caves at Barangay Ambungdolan, the Bingango, Paterno, and the rest other caves which were not yet documented and marketed. We have also the organic farming. Especially, we really incline on coming up really to boost and to sustain, even level up the organic products of our municipality. Together with the past officials, the former mayor, and other past municipal officials and employees, to whom we also owe a lot for what we are right now, what we are receiving, is on the production of coffee, Arabica coffee. Because we believe nga dagito gayam kapi nga adad to niya mulmula iti arubayan tayo, arubayan mi ditoy not knowing nga dos Arabica coffee.
Kasi the coffee industry in Tublay, indugdugi-dagay lululo, lola, idi penang. So, ada ijay backyardan. But they pinangmula dapat more on, as I mentioned, backyard scale.
Idi 1980, may kami nga dito kami ijay kami nga to idi. Dangay ti inted da kanya nga 50 seedlings ti coffee. So, imulami. So, from that, siyempre idikatan. Unay nga iti coffee. Basta, kaslang nga di backyard, kasyay, itatan. Yapi man nagbungbunga, kami unang ako, matintinag da. Kaslang nga kami nga paganano, idi, ngam, uray no kasyay, uno ada nga iti, dadakal nga kat, sige, imulami, kasyay. Idi imay kami to yan, adaman nandiya ka anakan mi, adaman ti indad nga kanya na piman nga seedlings, anti, ay ito yung agmula ti kape. Ayun sige. Oh, so idi kwan. So di muna mi piman dita. So kasi basta every year ag ano anya ti whatever nga available agmulmula kami ngay.
And then after which in Tramati government, so di ayan nga dati sa kabasit ng intervention.
Tublay also experiences severe. We have this landslide in 2009, and every now and then, every year we're experiencing also other activities related to this. So, looking into that, there's also these findings by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources declaring the municipality as among the landslide-prone areas. So, putting all this into one, the local government, with the leadership of the former administration, decided to come up with an integrated program wherein it would address issues on deforestation, issues and ecosystems enhancement, issues on livelihood, and that is coffee-based agroforestry.
Since the World Food Program came in about 2010, immediately after Typhoon Piping, which occurred 2009. So, in Maida, for some humanitarian activity, the proposed LGU is on plantation of coffee.
We all know that coffee is an economic commodity and it's very limited. It is very favorable to us here in Benguet because it can grow to limited elevations. And at the same time, it's also a cultural crop that was once dominating in the local neighborhood.
nagrugi tayo iti certain parang pilot area which is severely affected by Typhoon Piping. Iti may isa nga community di Coros, di Barangay Ambassador. Nagsank din nga area, about more than 10 or 20 hectares di nagsank. And then, no kasano nga i-mitigate, tanuhan nga man nga maulit di panagsank di area is nagmula to iti coffee. So we call on the different stakeholders, even churches, students, nagmulmula ijay. So, the indigenous plants plus coffee.
So after the typhoon, idi nga ni Pepeng. So happen mot nga isu nga iti kuan ni Mayor, dagi jay seedlings kuan ni nga ita ijay pay baba. So ijay amin tinang ipananmi. So ada ti cash for work idi nga di kat di pinunduan ti World Food. So kasi pang kami agmula ijay.
So the coffee ngamin, it will not only benefit in terms of economics or earning money, but eventually the environmental effect or benefits, which is on the mitigation the landslide through the root system.
All of these ideas, all of these concepts been put into this program. So we did start. The thing there is, how are we going now to start the project? So we term it now the Tublay Ecolip. So Ecological Conservation for Livelihood and Economic Advancement Program. It aims to address the ecological balance and at the same time promoting economic opportunities for our people. So that's the big dream of the Tublay Ecolip, or the coffee-based agroforestry. So it has various segments. First is that to introduce the project and to gain support from the local communities. Also, during these activities, the local communities would now signify signify their intent to support the project. And so part of the intent would be for them to determine areas and for them to determine this community people that will be part of the project.
So if there is already existing organization, hindi muna tayo mag-form ng new organization. So tingkas na tayo, we try to strengthen the existing organization.
Dati piman kata yang coordinate ti ko nga ti LGU Tublay nga join kami iti dati nga plantation, coffee plantation. Dati siguro ko to dati 5 years nan.
So it was 2010, 11, 12. So ijay nga time nga the intervention of the government iti LGU Tublay, ada iti certain internal fund pinag-procure tayo iti seedlings, ijay tayo pa nga na mula.
After the introduction of the project and gaining the commitment of these people, we started now to conduct capability building activities on coffee, particularly from nursery establishment, from production and maintenance up to processing. It's part of the project wherein we need to start from seed selection or from soil preparation, maintenance up to harvesting and processing. So, in a nutshell, we call this project from soil to cup. So, it's really a big dream.
After the fermentation, mabalin tayo nga ibabati may sapay nga rabi iti danom.
Coming in may tidado mga NGO such as Cordillera Green Network, ijay da nga nagmula matlang ti coffee.
In Tublay, our first project for coffee in Coros Ambassador. It is after the disaster of the Typhoon Pepeng in 2009. So we started coffee project. So what we found out there is the people are very poor. So they need the livelihood. And then at the same time, they need deforestation. But so what we can teach them is both the livelihood and the deforestation. So we try to do the coffee planting with other forest species.
So ijayan, nga nagrugrugi tayo ti coffee industry. And then as we also see the potential production, because ti makikita tayo on the economic side, because we are more agri sector, more on economic but also considering environment. Kitkitan tayo ti potential of the industry nga it is not only a source of as lang ang immediate nga income, but rather a sustained income source.
Yung ganito, fragrance yan. Or may naamoy ka na ba?
Very good.
Mostly farmers of Tublay, especially coffee, are that of marginalized can subsistence level. Kahit nga sawan, you plant coffee plus other commodities, you sell it now, tomorrow you have to use it for living, for sustenance naman. What we are trying to plan or implement must really and really renown to the upliftment of the coffee growers. They are our target. The kami lang in the government, NGO and so on, we will be the so-called enablers or facilitators. We will be more banking dagitoy pagsayatan dagitoy farmers coffee growers.
I think if you encourage them to be more entrepreneurial in their coffee business, they make good choices. They make good decisions. At least if they collect as much information as they can make better decisions. I think that's one thing that people can do for coffee farmers. Because I think the coffee farmers are doing the right thing. They're always open to being taught, diba? They more often, I think at least 10 to 20% always go back to the farm and do whatever they learn from training sessions, stuff like that.
One of the learnings or the good observation that we're able to gain from this project is that by allowing this or recognizing these local people, they now have the freedom to experiment and to test which of the system that is appropriate and favorable to them. So we observe that in some of our areas, they're able to successfully determine the best combination of coffee or the seed component. So it is also on these areas that we observed that there are other practices that the local people integrate which are not part of the book of coffee management.
Dati jay stem borer. Iso ano hamapi man nga makita nga kat no naabutan hamdi kastak no jangay no naabutan nga katak nga kwangay. Ala mga alak nga tidaga kat isulsulat ko ngay. Sulat ko ijay naabutan. Jay naabutan nga kwanti ko kasla di ja kat istani apay agwiwil. Wat adu ti abot na pinula-pula takat inis kat stepak ngay kat nagbiag mat otherwise istay natumba.
We observe that most of these people have their own or they establish their own composting area, so wherein they have this banana and other sources of substrate, and they were able to provide or to be able to sustain a soil medium for their nurseries.
Apay nga na isabay jay kapikan jay antorium. Dito antorium ti kasapunan na kat-compose niya. So nga digay compose nga mayab abono dita antorium magapod to'y kalyandra. Iso nga makisosop-sop jay kape. Iso nga parehas jay alaante antorium nga nutrient nga agapod to'y kalyandra ay bulbulong ti kayo makisop-sop lang jay kape. So kastoy nga nalang to. So kasla nga hala nga may sate ay wanak bali dua antorium plus dito'y kape. Tapos ada pa dito'y nit na makius-usar mo lang dito'y kape. Tadiban no ti kape kat ada jay outside medyo lalabagang iti bulong na. Hanga mayat jay na lang to nga bulong na. Kumpara dita kitam kadiji ada jay ruwar kat ni awan ti bulong na. Tawan ti seed na. Tadito kat kontrolan na nga jay heck after 3 years siguro. Yan nga after 1 year pa bearing fruits na dito. Mangrugin nga agbunga. Sabay nga harvest ti antorium plus coffee. So nga halmi nga problema ti abono taadan. Diya lang i-harvest mo, i-kabil mo diya poon. So nga puro nga organic.
Other practices we also observe here is that the tasking, the tasking of the community members. So each of the community members have their share of responsibilities on what they will be doing on the period of growing the seedling to the maintenance of these areas.
Now we try to seek the assistance of other agencies like DTI. The IT program, the Department of Trade and Industry before, or even now, on the shared service facility. So, ada tinala tayong, or na-access tayo, I should say, coffee equipment. Isuti, ada to'y center.
So the SSF, for that matter, is that we are providing facilities and equipments to the different groups, associations, na duly registered, and even local government unit. Now, with the Ditunay Tublay, local government unit, mabalin na gamin nga, balin lang ang co-operator to the SSF. So we provided an SSF set of facilities on coffee processing for the municipality of Tublay.
So, we convene the 4 offices dito in Tublay, which is the Agriculture Office, the Environment, Tourism, and Social Welfare Office. So, adati nagkaroon ti basit nga planning, and then we try to delineate the functions nga more on dito yung office, dito ti Arabida na, and likewise the other offices.
So, tapos gamin dito Tublay, as previously mentioned that there is a strong collaboration among the different leadership inside the LGU. So, and we are happy to note nga Tublay really is one of the municipalities nga who excel in everything that they do. So, we acknowledge ni the leadership as number 1, commitment of the local chief executives, the legislative na nga very very supportive da, because every time that we come in to discuss things nga very receptive the piman.
We would like also to credit the strong advocacy and support of the local government unit of Tublay. Makikita mi nga coffee is really an industry zone in the municipality.
It helps to take a step back and look at the coffee industry history. And, coffee is a commodity traded like it was oil or gold or something for many years. And people treat it in the past as just a black liquid that makes you wake up in the morning. It needs to have a unique flavor, a quality flavor that's pleasing, that can be drank without a lot of cream and sugar and everything. And that means it should also reflect the place that it comes from. And the good news for the farmers is they don't have to make any of that up. Of the real people harvesting the coffee, tasting the coffee like we did today, and processing the coffee, that's what they want to know. And the words of the people themselves is what people want to hear. Because that can't be faked. This market is changing. And it has been changing for a long time now. And what we call the specialty market is now very big. Sometimes when people say specialty, you think, oh, maybe it's just a tiny 1%, 2%. No, the specialty market is like, depending how you measure it, like 40% of the market now. And it gets bigger every year.
On terms of the market, there are existing local markets, but they don't really put emphasis on the quality of the coffee. And on the other hand, the local coffee growers also, they don't really put a high value on the quality of the coffee. What they see is a coffee, and the value or the systems or the culture of establishing or selecting quality coffee is not yet really integrated in our own system. So it's part of our mission, part of our commitment to try to make these people understand or value what is a quality coffee against this palaspasan coffee.
So right now, parang we are still on the start of achieving siguro ding na isang goal. Manifestations. Makikita may dagay coffee growers nga in their face. Makita mo na dyan medyo an ray of hope or chance nga ni. We have on the way siguro on attaining the goal. Hindi ngamin kasla nakasimangod da. Ay, nakadungan na yung trainings, tumaktak and so on. Now they're trying to appreciate. And then, makita mo na yun, medyo lumiwanag yung pagmumukha.
Because of coffee nga kat aduti friends niya naging kwangay very close ti kwangay iso nga ko na miya ay mayat ti kasto ita uray to barangay kat gapoy iti coffee kat ti impact nan nga kat nakita dan aware dan nga iti coffee gam kat ada maging sustainable nga livelihood nga ti coffee.
So again, to our constituents, we strongly urge you to support the programs being implemented by our local government. So batang kusong si kayo. At nga siya kami, matitinulong kayo namin, antak, mamati dyan, ag-amagan ni sa haibangat siya, masapol mi matlang, katulungan mi, sabatan mi, itulong Diyos si kami, dawatan mi ko, din ay tulong yun da kami. Tanda ko matang, bakang data ko di mairanod no sin ay amagan ta ko no di kadagi jay sumarsaro no nga apapu tayo kapututan iti naisem nga samano ken simple lang nga munisipyo iti Tublay. Thank you very much.